What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. It's Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt time. Noland Pruitt time. Y'all come on in. I know we got so much going on tonight, but tonight's about to be an amazing show. Y'all wave at me when y'all come in too. Hey, I see everybody coming in. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all come on in. It's Thursday night, and I feel all right. It's Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt, and tonight we're doing a quick show, but I don't want you to go nowhere. I want you to tune in because we have an amazing guest coming on tonight. Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt is always a lot of times on Facebook, but tonight we're rocking over here with of course Instagram, and we're getting ready to have a good conversation with this famous down to earth, incredible man. I'm excited. I'm going to introduce him when he gets on here. But let me know if you guys can hear me. We're going to be rocking for at least about 30 to 35 minutes. Y'all rock with us. Enjoy this conversation. And I see y'all coming in. Y'all wave at us when we come in tonight. I may give out some cash apps. Don't y'all go nowhere. I may ask some questions. We're going to need some audience participation tonight. But you watching Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt. And if you have not attended the show before, well, welcome. Tonight's your night. Tonight is your night. Touch your neighbor, say tonight's your night. And of course, if not, you can check out the shows on YouTube. Noland Pruitt YouTube channel. And my guest is here. So we're going to bring him on. I'm going to introduce him when he gets on here. And we're about to have a good time. Once again, you're watching Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt. All right, let's bring him on in here. What's up, man?
What's up, King? How you doing?
How you doing, King? You doing all right?
Man, I'm doing great, brother. Blessed and highly
Listen,
favored out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have the one, the only. I've been following you for a while, of course.
Really?
But Mr. Karon Joseph Raleigh's in the building. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing really good. I'm just honored. And I've said this for those who are coming in. You're watching Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt. Tonight, I'm rocking with, I call him, he's my mentor in my mind. He's my mentor, of course. But I'm rocking with Mr. Karon Joseph Raleigh. But I'm always on Facebook. So tell him to come on over here to Instagram tonight. And we're going to have a good time. But listen, I'm just honored to have you. And I want to get into a lot tonight with you. But I want to start from the beginning. And this is how it works. So Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt, it's not so much an interview form. It's more of a two friends having a conversation. Is that okay with you tonight?
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Listen, come on. Listen, so let's start. So many people want to know who will watch this tonight and will watch this on YouTube. They want to know because you do so much. But Mr. Karon Joseph Raleigh is a producer, a former NFL player. He's an actor. You see this man on the silver screen. That's the old word for it. You see him on the silver screen, of course. But before I get into so much of his, well, let me go ahead and do a little bit. He has had his hands in shows like Single Ladies, Necessary Roughness, Insatiable. All right, I love that show actually. Little with Regina King and Issa Rae, and also Ambitions. Okay, but listen, before we get into that, a lot of people don't know that you were in the NFL. Is this correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
We gotta start there. So how did that transition happen for you from the NFL to now on the screen?
Well, for me, man, it was that was the first act for me. I always wanted to be an actor since first grade. And after that, everybody kind of realized that I was a lot more athletic than they always anticipated. So everybody pushed me towards sports, which was cool. I mean, it was something to be really good at. I'm one of those people who enjoy being good at stuff. You know, I think of as a man or woman, you should master at least 2 or 3 things in this lifetime if you really filling your life up with what you need to fill it up. And that's just basically 30,000 hours. If you do 3 things that you master.
Pause. I'm sorry. So 30,000 hours a day. Wait a minute.
Well, no. Not a day. Yeah. But it takes, it takes 10,000 hours of doing anything to actually become a master of it.
Wow. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I put everything into numbers. I put everything into actual things that I can, feel and hit and touch. So for
Right.
me, it was simply this is gonna be my first master class as being an athlete. I'm gonna be the best at this I can be for as long as I can be. But even as I was playing in the NFL, I was taking my acting classes in my off season in LA, and I was training in my off seasons. I always had my next plan set up in the midst of working my actual plan, which I always tell young actors and anybody who's trying to achieve something. There's going to be a time where you have to do something that you don't want to do. Like I tell my kids all the time, you have to do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do.
Right.
So for me, NFL and football was something that I had to do so I
Yeah.
could do what I want to do because I was blessed with a gift. And I believe when you blessed with a gift, if you don't use it, you lose that, and
Yeah.
you lose everything else along with it. So for me, I was fulfilling my prophecy of myself. I was blessed with athletic ability that was on pace to be within the best in the world. So I ran that race as long as I could, man. And
Yeah.
when that race was over, I was so cool with putting on another set of shoes
Right.
and getting ready for another race, which I've been on now for 12 years, man. And
Yeah.
it's been a blessed journey because I tell people all the time it's been an intentional journey.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything without um, an intention. Um, I tell people all the time, I'm right. I'm exactly where I want to be. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm never panicked. I'm never too pressured. And sometimes I have moments where I regret the years I played football, just because I know those hours that I would have amassed doing what I love doing now. Because I tell you this, between me, you, and the rest of the world, I didn't even like football like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
didn't love it, but I was good at it. I was really good at it. It was easy. It was something I could do. So
Right.
again, you will find yourself in positions where you may not love what you're doing, but if you have a
Right.
tenacity, if you have a knack for it or doing it, it's something that you might need to be doing to learn some other lessons and teach you some other things for what you're supposed to really be doing, which is your purpose.
I love it. Guys, we see your comments coming in. We see everybody. Mr. Fenron says, be anxious for nothing through prayer and supplication. That is Bible. That is so true. So that's the same thing that you're saying. But I wanted to ask you a quick question. A lot of times for, I guess I could say, African-American males, was growing up, were you taught that football and sports was your way out? Or was
No.
it just a passion in you that brought you to that football?
Again, I have to give credit to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, my father told me early on in my life and career of just being an athlete, like, we don't need you to save us.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's good.
We want you to be fulfilled. We want you to be happy. We want you to be well rounded. Football is just a part of one thing that you're going to do well in this world. So for me, I've always separated myself from just being an athlete. Like LeBron said, like, we're more than athletes. I've always been more than athletes, man. I was the guy who was taking Chinese in high school and was in accelerated academic programs. And even now, man, like I said, I'm not even settling just being an actor, man. I'm writing, I'm producing.
Right.
I just can't settle on just one trick pony. It's just too many. I have too many gifts and too many things to offer the world. So I say, unless something stops me, I'm gonna give everything I got.
Right. Right. I love that. So from football, you get into in the NFL. Quickly touch a little bit about that experience for you, the NFL experience. Is it the hype as everybody imagines, or how was that for you?
uh, Sum it up, man. It was the best part-time job I ever had.
So why do you say that? Oh, that's good. I like that. So it's the best part-time job you ever had. Because what was for you the full-time thing?
The full-time thing was always developing Karon,
Oh, wow.
finding who I was and building who I really want to do. Because, like I said, I was in the NFL, but bro, it was probably one of the most miserable times of my life.
Oh, wow.
I had achieved a dream, a goal, and it was a mixed emotion.
Yeah.
I was slated to go in the first round, end up falling to the fourth round. So now automatically the dream is coming in with a little bit of taint on it. The dream is made, but I put in the work to go in the first round. Like, even
Got it.
if you look at my stats and numbers today compared to the last 20 years first round draft picks in my position, there's been none that matched it. So
Wow.
that's just to say, man, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. I'm a numbers guy. Look at the numbers.
Yeah.
I don't really care what you're talking about. Let's look at the numbers.
Right.
So for me, I came in to the game already with a bad taste in my mouth about the politics of the NFL, all the
Yeah.
different things that happen that's out of your control. And I was like, man, I work too damn hard for anything to be out of my control. But again, I had to give it up to the Most High of saying I have a different path. I know my journey. The journey is different than what I think it may be. Like we all can plan on what we want to do, but at the end of the day, I had to realize early on that I have a bigger picture somewhere waiting for me. So I just got to stay the course for this, running this course, like I said, running this race, finish this out at the best of my ability, and get ready for the next move. Because obviously, this is already starting to not be exactly what I envisioned.
Yeah.
And I tell all dreamers and all people who see their blueprints, which I call dreams blueprints that the Most High sent to us. If the blueprint ain't lined up like you thought it was, it may just be a portion of that you got to learn and fulfill from and learn some lessons from. And then the next one, you step on to the next one. That's when you build your dream home. I'm in the process of building my dream home with the blueprints I got now. You know, I will act for free. I would. No, not anymore. But at a time, for a long time.
Let's clear it up.
Yeah, but even now, I'll be honest, man. I'll be completely honest, man. If the script is right and the people, the cast, and the production and the long term goal, if I can't get you, if you can't pay me up front, now I'll take ownership in it. Give me an executive producer credit. Give me some products, some ownership in it. I'll do it easy, no doubt. But at the end of the day, if the script is right and then, like I said, the relationship is there, and I'll do it, man. Like I said, I love to do it. So if you love something, you'll do it for free. And that's where I feel like, you know, I told my managers, I told my agents, I told my publicists, I tell everybody that works with me, I chase purpose and not people, and I chase greatness and not money. Because I feel like if I'm living in my purpose and I'm being great at it, then money and all that stuff is just gonna follow you. It's gonna chase you. You're gonna be turning down stuff. So like for me, I have a hard time ever putting anything a monetary value on the blueprints, the dream, what I'm my purpose. If you're putting a monetary value on your purpose, then it's not your purpose.
Wow, putting a monetary value on your purpose, then it's not your. Y'all in the comments. Do y'all hear that? The ones we'll watch later, man. This is that's good. That's important gems because purpose is so much deeper than getting on a gig. It's so much deeper than what we're doing even in the next 3 years. It's a lasting, everlasting kind of thing for the rest of our lives, right?
Well, I think, you know, I played Muhammad Ali in a movie years ago, about 4 years ago now. It changed my life. It changed my molecular structure as a man. And I learned, man, that we're here to serve each other, bro. Our service, our rent on this planet is service to others. So with that being said, I immediately started looking for what am I really supposed to be doing? You know, that's what made me become the spokesperson of sickle cell here in Georgia. You know, my mother passed away from sickle cell. I told my publicist, like, yo, reach out to sickle cell and tell them I'm available and wanting to help. And they were like, oh my God, really? Oh my God. So, you know, I came down, met with the people, and I was like, I think we can eradicate this disease. Like, one of the goals I got is to eradicate a disease on this planet, bro. Like, I'm not even thinking of, you know, along with winning an Oscar and winning an Emmy and winning a Tony and all those different things. But at the end of the day, like, I want to get rid of a disease that's hurting my people on a level that we don't even know about because they're not even talking about it. You know,
talk about it.
Yeah, because it's us. It's like this COVID shit that's going on right now.
Right.
Now that they figure out that it's hurting more black people than anything, now they want to open up everything. Now they want to get everybody back to living life and all that. Yeah, I bet you are. Because now that you know that 80% of the people that's in Georgia right now that have the COVID are black or brown people. They look like me and you. So, you know, I just see the big picture on a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah, I love it. I am our first interaction is blown away by the mindset because a lot of people, and that's why I love this, and for different interviews that you may do, but now people get to see your heart. They get to see what kind of drives you outside of the screen. You know, they get to see that. And
again, it's when you working in your purpose and you doing what you're supposed to do on this planet, it's easy, man. Like I can talk and I can do this all day. I can inspire and build up people and try to get more people to be down with the cause of sickle cell and knowing your status and those things all day, man, because I watched my mother die from it, man. And my mother always told me, if you can stop this, stop it. Meaning, and I did my part even as a man before I even became the spokesperson for sickle cell in Georgia by when I went on my first dates with women, I would ask them, "What's your sickle cell status?" And they'd be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's your status?" Like, and then I mean, I never forget, bro. I was on a date with a beautiful young woman, and she's a lawyer. She was beautiful, you know. I was like, "Oh, this could be it," you know. And I asked her about her sickle cell status, and she was like, "I think I have the trait." And she called her dad right there at the table, and he's like, "Yeah, baby girl, you got the trait." That was our first and last dinner.
Oh,
Yeah, because if you have the trait, and if I have the trait and the female has the trait, then it's like a 99% chance our kids will have sickle cell.
oh yeah, okay.
So that's why I say it's a disease by choice and ignorance. If you don't know who you are, but then it goes back to why black people in this country are where we at right now. We don't know
Wow.
ourselves. We don't know our history. We know the history that our oppressors taught us.
Yeah,
So there's no power in that history.
yeah,
We got to
yeah.
understand that we come from kings and queens, man. Mansa Musa was the richest man ever to walk the planet, bro. Even to this day, even by the same numbers, by the same stats. We created, you know what Timbuktu is? Timbuktu was the first university on the planet. White
Wow.
people would die trying to get there to understand how to do it. When they got there, they said, oh, we can't let the world know that they created this. So they made Timbuktu a joke. They
Mm.
say, man, you so lost, you like Timbuktu.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a joke, dog. That was the first university on the planet, man. We
Wow.
taught them medicine. We taught them everything that they know, and we're still sitting up here with our hands out, asking for them to put us at the table that we built.
Yeah.
So for me, self-knowledge and self-awareness is the first step for all of us. So for me, that's all I've been always on, man. Self-love, self-awareness. I don't want you to ever dang on humble yourself. Remember I told you I was gonna talk about that
Yeah,
word? It's
yeah.
like
So
I'm
let's
humble.
great segue into that.
I'm
Yeah.
humbled. I'm humbled by this. I said, "No, King, I'm gonna tell you about that word when we get there." So while you sitting there while I'm talking, because I go on and on, look up the
Right, right,
word.
right.
Look up the word humble if you got another or something you can look it up. And everybody who's listening, look up the word humble for me. If anybody's listening right now, look up the word humble and
Look
then
it up, y'all.
type in the first definition in the comments, just so we can be all on the same page and we can understand as a black person in this country that word should never be used as an adjective to attach to your spirit. It disarms you, it
Wow.
depowers you. So don't use it, don't speak it, because our tongues have the power of life and death. And I
Mm.
believe that wholeheartedly. Because again, that's why I'm never panicked, I'm never rushed, I'm never worried, because I've seen my future and I know what I'm doing work wise to get there. So I'm just waiting for it to happen. It's not a matter of what's gonna happen, it's when for me.
So two things that we're gonna get to, and listen, we're still looking. Listen, cash apps, we giving cash apps tonight because I just feel like blessing somebody. But let's look up that word humble in the comments, guys, and let us know because that's a great. I'm learning. I'm learning so much
Yeah,
tonight.
look up that word humble, and then I tell you, hey, as a black person in this country, do not put that word with your spirit. It disarms it. It breaks it down. And I'm telling you, they knew well what the power of words. Because I believe how we lost our way is we taught them everything, and our
Mm.
spirits are so benevolent and so gracious and so connected to the Most High that we allowed them to deceive us. And they ended up with the book of life, which is the Bibles in all different forms that we have now. And they matriculated it and they twisted it and they changed it to fit their ways. And they
Right.
understand the power of words. So that's why they've always put that in us. You ever see a successful black person and doing an interview and they're like, well, you're so humble. Hey man, I tell people all the time, man, you better stop cussing at me. Straight
Right.
up. Because that ain't what I am. I'm
Right. Right.
graceful.
Right.
I'm grateful. I'm graceful. Humble is never one of them. Only thing I'm ever gonna humble myself to is the most high.
So give them again. What's two words that we can supplement for humble? Graceful
Graceful and grateful.
and grateful. I got it. I love it. Y'all
Yes.
take this with y'all. Y'all heard it here. Real talk. Y'all heard it. Mr. Riley's spitting wisdom. I told y'all he's my mentor. Okay, I told you that. He's my mentor from now on. Now let's get into a little bit of this producing hat, this acting hat of yours. All these. I mean, first of all, there's so many, but we have to distinguish the producer from the actor, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
they're two different hats, two different chairs. Um, I was watching this new sitcom on Instagram called Hollywood. Have you checked that out yet?
Mm-mm.
But it tells you about the old time 1950s, the actors and how the business was back then, right? So
Right.
everybody would have a chair. If you're a producer, your name's on the chair. Do you walk in a room and demand that? Do you say, "Hey, I need my name on this chair, on this hat at the table. I need my." Are you demanding, or how do you flow in this career as a producer when you got your hands involved in things?
Well, I don't have a real flow as a producer yet, other than I just want it to be right. I want everything to be better than some of the experiences I may have experienced as an actor. So I'm a producer
Yeah.
who's an actor as well. So when I have actors come in and do a project for me, like I just shot my first pilot that I wrote with my partner Lem Collins,
Uh-huh.
um, called The Fellas, which you guys will see as soon as we come out of this quarantine. Is in editing now. We're getting stuff finished up on it now. We're gonna hit the
Awesome.
world with that as soon as we get out of quarantine and just kind of when the world opens up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing was I want to have a safe set. I want to have a comfortable set.
Yeah.
Every set I walk on as an actor, I wanted to have great energy. So as a producer, that was my biggest thing, bro. I was like, yo, I know what makes me work well as an actor, so I want all my other, like as a producer. Well, I was starring in it as well, so for me it was a double. It was two hats I was wearing for that, where I had to jump into producer mode, where I had to have a big meeting with all the departments at the beginning of shooting and just do the whole rah rah speech and get everybody connected and
Right.
intertwined. But that's why I say sports train me for these type of moments when I can get everybody together, put the hands in, let's bring it in. I know how to bring people together and work together. So
Yeah.
it was really a good experience for me to exercise that muscle and then jump in on the other side and be the one of the stars of the sitcom itself or the pilot. And it was hard. I admit it was hard because I'm sitting in the middle of the scene. I'm worried about a shot that I wanted to see and this type of thing. So it was a little different. My best friend David Banner told me it was going to be difficult, but difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. So it's easy for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Difficult. Man, I'm about to start stealing. Is it okay, mentor, if
You
I
can
steal
write that
some of these
down. You can write that
hashtags?
down. Yeah,
I
you
can write that
definitely
down.
need to
Okay,
write down. Yeah, yeah.
I'll take that down. Difficult. Come on, takes a
Difficult
goddamn
takes a day, impossible takes a week, man. It's
takes a
nothing to
week.
it.
I'm telling you. So name. Let's and then we're gonna play a game.
All
I hope
right.
you're ready for you because I'm very witty with it. I'm
Stay
very
ready.
witty with it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're gonna. But let's name a couple projects, just off the top of your head that you really enjoyed starring in, having a hand in. Even if you go back to the days, I don't know if you did any extra days, but it's some projects that you on top of your head that you just really, really enjoyed, and you thought it was making an impact in our culture or anything that made an impact in what people seen it.
The whole "Marry Me for Christmas" series was huge for me, man. In that
Mm-hmm.
aspect, it was. I saw the reaction to the people, to the culture, how important that was. That whole series, all five of those movies we did for
Yeah.
Up TV,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw the fan base respond to those Christmas movies because all our lives we've been growing up watching the white boy Christmases and all that other stuff. Again, we can go even deeper. The whole concept of Christmas itself is an oppressive holiday. We really just want to
Mm-hmm.
break it down, but I really enjoy being able to turn that into something for us
Mm-hmm.
and making it something that every Christmas for forever now, people better tune into my Christmas movies. And I know people always hit me up on the ground like, y'all doing another movie, and we got to do it. But I need another Chandler movie. I'm like, man, it's not in my power right now, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thankful for the five movies I got in the cast that I got to work with Melinda Williams and
Mm-hmm.
and Deanna West and Greg Allen Williams, and it was just Cristal from uh, Players Club, and
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, Cristal. I mean, these people are powerhouses in their talent, bro. So every movie, I would learn so much as an actor just working with them. Victoria Wilde, she played my
Mm-hmm.
mother-in-law in the movie, and I mean, she's been doing this for 30 plus years, bro. So I mean,
Right.
I was the baby. I mean, really, literally, man, I was the young, upstart talent that booked the role, and now we in five movies later. But I mean, I'm every movie we shot, I'm working with 100 years worth of 100 years worth of experience. So I couldn't do nothing but get better. And just to answer the question, man, it was just that's one of the things that kind of gave me kind of a base for my career, man. Like
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing being the Disney dad or the guy who
Mm-hmm.
that people really love being in the living room.
Yeah.
I study Will Smith, I study The Rock, I study those guys. So those are the aspirations for me. So again, it makes me, it confirms that I'm on the right path, and it keeps me pedaling, man. Like that's my whole mantra. I just keep pedaling. I keep moving forward. Sometimes I go faster, at other times, and sometimes it goes slow. But I'm gonna keep pedaling. I'm gonna just keep moving, and eventually I get home. I get to the dream. I get to the goal. That's one project that's really been dear to me, and I did some extra work early in my career. Wasn't a lot. I knew immediately that wasn't for me. You don't go,
Me neither.
well, you don't go from, well, I just was like, I'm not going from the NFL to be an extra for no five years. It just ain't happening. The whole setup with extras is not cool. So that's why I'm the actor that when I'm on set now, when we're shooting Saints, I go hang out with the extras. I go chop it up and encourage them and tell them my story. And I had one young lady came to me. She's like, "Man, you helped me change my life." She's like, "I raised kids and I was a nurse and I gave all my life to my family, but I'm 50 plus years old now, and I always wanted to be an actor." And she said, "I was so nervous that first day on set, and you just came over and started talking to me and keeping it real and keeping it funny." And she said, "You made me come back today." So again, I stay in my purpose. I stay just trying to move like that, man. I don't move any other way. I try to move my, like when you hit me up on the gram, like can we do an interview? I see a young black brother, man, trying to get his wheels moving and get his game going. So if I can help that, then what? Yeah, absolutely, King. I'm available. Let's do it. Let's do it, because I know one day you're gonna be on some huge platform, and I'm like, yo, I got this movie coming out, dog, and I need you to get me in there, and you're like, come on, brother. And that's how it works, man. We sharpen each other. We build each other. So I'm just trying to live by what I'm saying, bro. Right. Period.
Right. And if you have any auditions,
all day.
Looking for
what here's the thing about this. What auditions I'm getting, you ain't gonna get yet.
Oh, no, I'm talking about anything your hands. You looking for?
Oh yeah, no. Well, I'm right. I got the pen. So now that we connected and we start to get to know each other more, I start seeing stuff for you in my head, and I start writing for you in my head. That's how it works for me as a writer. I write a lot of stuff, and I know exactly how I want to play it as I'm writing it, because I like to write in their voice.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Yeah. Well, as a writer, that's the hardest thing, is to write in other voices. Yeah. You don't want your script to just sound like how you speak the whole time. So the biggest thing is I got to put some people in my mind going into my writing process. So when I'm writing dialogue for that person, I'm thinking about their cadence. I'm thinking about who they are. I'm thinking about how they speak. So I can write it that way. So when they read it, like, this is for you, they understand it's perfectly built for them. Because that's what happened with me with the Christmas series. After Rhonda Baraka wrote the first one, which I auditioned for and looked up and got the role. And next thing you know, we're doing 4 more. Yeah. By the second movie, Rhonda was already writing how I basically speak. So the scripts got easier for me to get into my spirit, and it got easier to become Blair Kirkland every time, because Rhonda was basically just dialing into who she knew me to be, because we spent so much time together in the next. So by the time we got to the 5th one, bro, I don't even think I was looking at my lines. So I got the script set that day because I knew it was something I would say anyway. Right. And Rhonda was so dialed in, and she was with that, and she did that for every one of us. So I learned a lot just from watching her write for us on my write, because I started writing around that time, and I was shooting those movies for my first time writing scripts and stuff. So it was very intuitive and very knowledgeable for me.
So really, the man that got the pen got the power.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that's. I mean, it's just like you look at any music artist. Right. The ones that can produce their music and write it and sing it and all, they have the power. I mean, Timbaland and those guys, you heard of Leah and Genuine, all them, but Timbaland got all the money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones who make all the money, the ones who create the world, who creates the world. Yeah. The writer of Black Panther is the richest person out of the whole crew. But
and his name is probably mentioned less, right?
Depending on the deal they worked out. Like for me, like Rocky, Sylvester Stallone is one of the guys I look at in this business as a template, because he was in a career for a while and couldn't get the major role he wanted, and so he wrote Rocky. Yeah. And Rocky was Rocky, and we all know what that story is. And so many people, the studios was like, "Yo, we love it, but we want this guy to play Rocky." And Sylvester was like, "No, I'm Rocky. I come with the script. Point blank, period. And if not, I just keep it with me."
Yeah.
And he stood on that, and next thing you know, he's Rocky, and now he's Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, is he one of the best actors of our time? Probably not, but he created his own lane, and he created words and worlds that fit who he was. So
Yeah.
he got the most out of his talent, and now he's one of our he's an American
A
icon.
classic. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an icon, which is the goal, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I love it. Let's subway, and then we're gonna play this game, and then we're gonna chop it up. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and then we're gonna play this game, and then we're gonna get into something on the end. But quickly, let's get into the family, balancing a career and being the family man. Of course, you are married to the icon for me for first sitcom, and I don't know if you want to just talk briefly about your children or your wife, but now. I was seeing that you guys are doing an event together. Help me with that. You and Miss Terry Vaughn. Is there an event going on together? I've seen it on somebody's Instagram.
Um,
Um,
I don't know, man.
are you guys having an
I'm
event
a.
somewhere in Atlanta or somewhere was it Control Magazine or
Oh yeah. That was one thing. You know, Julian Lark is he dresses Terry for Control
Oh,
magazine.
got it.
Julian Lark is also a stylist to the stars as well as the one of the owners and creators
Yeah,
of Control magazine.
got it,
So
got it.
Julian's, Julian spends a lot of time at the house and dealing with Terry for events. You know, we did BT. He was there with us.
Right.
Julian's, he's fam. He's a brother, and they did his 11-year anniversary. So that was just basically a video that she and I did, just commemorating Julian and
Got it.
celebrating him and bigging him up. And the next thing I think we did was something for COVID-19 that I don't even know if that's aired yet.
Yeah,
But for us, we did the Lions Crumbs is one thing we did that's on Amazon Prime. If you go to
got it.
Amazon, we have a show that called the Lions Crumb. Is basically based on our lives, roughly a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Terry and I rewrote it, and we wrote the first two episodes. We're still developing that, trying to make that a little bit more. And yeah, man. We're married. We joined at the hip. That's what it is, man. You know, we got three beautiful kids.
Yeah.
19 and 12 and 5. Lola is the baby, and she
Yeah.
runs the world for us right now.
Is that the one we heard earlier?
Yeah, that was Lola coming in here and trying to do
Okay.
something. I don't know what she was doing. She,
So
she's
what
like
about
she's like my
being
low
in
jack.
quarantine now with you got a beautiful wife, children, but you're married to another creative. So how's it been, you guys just rocking this whole quarantine thing out? You know, they want us to go outside, but we smart. So how's that actually been for you?
Man, I tell you, man, I'll be honest, man. It's kind of fortified us a little bit as far as
Yeah.
just as a team and a couple. Before this, we were both really, really busy. Like you mentioned ambitions and Saints and Sinners, and the
Right.
last year I just had with a bunch of projects, little and all the things. I had a really, really great year last year as far as in front of the camera. Terry had a really great year behind the camera. She directed 5 movies
Oh
last
wow.
year alone, bro. Yeah, crazy, right?
Wow.
So we had really been just two ships passing in the night, really grinding and putting
Mhm.
everything together. So this quarantine really, and when the quarantine happened, I came off of 40 days straight shooting, like
Wow.
on 4 different projects. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So it was one of those things where I was like, when I got back off that 40 days, I was like, I'm about to take this month off. You know, we supposed to go back into shooting Saints. A lot of stuff was about to jump off. She's supposed to be going to Chicago to shoot a movie for a month. So we was like, we got 1 month to kind of catch up, and then the quarantine hit. Now we done went from 1 month to then whenever.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it's really fortified us, and we really got into basically, like you said, we're creatives. So
Yeah.
before I got on this call, we were in the kitchen and we were chopping up like, what can we shoot that can kind of, something quick that we can post. We actually flirting with the whole idea of creating our own channel on YouTube and just putting our own content on there and just going from there. Like, why are we waiting for TV One or BET or anybody to give us a job? And we're the jobs, we're the talent.
That's right. That's
Like,
right.
let's stop tripping. Like, we got the power, and I mean, everything that's in us is what God put in us to survive.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's really made us look inward and
Mhm.
directly outward at each other for the sources of everything we need.
Wow.
So it's really been beneficial to me and her, I think. Definitely to our family, just for the future forethought and the foresight. We've been really on the same energy as far as just manifesting things. Which when you manifest, if you can manifest in a team, you really can do it faster.
Is it true that we can do better together?
No, that's it, man. If you want to take a long trip, you could take it alone. It's gonna take a little longer, but you want to go
Right.
long, you
Right.
go together.
That's right.
It's like I ride bikes, man. That's the thing. That's where my whole keep pedaling mantra came from. I'm already, I do 100+ miles a week on my bike, and when
Yeah.
you're riding with a group of guys, you can go longer,
That's right.
faster because of the wind resistance and those things that you're breaking up because you kind of work together.
Yeah.
Um, I can ride 100 miles by myself. I'm not gonna ride it as fast if I got 5 other guys with me,
Yeah.
or just one other person with me.
Yeah.
So I get to experience the philosophy of go long, go together versus the try to do it by yourself. Every day I go ride my bike because a lot of times now with the quarantine, I've been doing a lot of riding by myself,
Yeah.
and the rides that would take me an hour and 10 minutes now taking me an hour and 20 minutes just because I'm by myself. But if I go with a group of guys or just one other person, I'm cutting that time down. So I get to have that reiterated in my life daily. So that's why I always tell people, man, yes, go together, especially us as Black people, man. I hate to keep getting on my dang on
No, no.
Frederick Douglass, but at the end
This
of
is
the day,
real
bro,
talk.
yeah, at the end of the day, bro, I think that's what we got to start looking at, man. We got to
Yeah.
stop looking at each other as enemies and start looking at each other as people that we look at each other as family and start building together and start creating together and doing everything together because we're the source, we're the power. We create the energy of the world
For sure.
everywhere. Period. I'm not backing off that ever.
Right.
And I'm cool with a bunch of different cultures and different races, but I
Right. Right.
see the difference. There's a difference.
There's a difference. Pound, there's a difference. Hashtag, there is a difference. Let me say this quickly, and then we're gonna get to our game. All right, but
All
let me
right,
say
come
this
on.
quickly. For a man
Mm-hmm.
particularly, and for a woman that may be watching that will watch, who feels like because it's something in my generation. I'll be 30 years old in August 27th, mentor. I'll be
Oh,
30.
August, you're August, baby. Me too.
I'm an
August
August.
23rd.
Oh, okay, Virgo. Oh, you're
Leo
Virgo.
Virgo. I'm on the cusp.
You're on the cusp. Okay, so
I'm
my
a, I'm a
sister's on.
I'm
Okay,
very unique.
listen. I think everybody wants one. Everybody wants one. I'm just saying, everybody wants a Virgo, man. So let me say this. What would you say to a person? And I said that to say a lot of people in my age group, we have this I can do bad by myself mentality, or this whole I'd rather rock alone. This whole singling out yourself. Is it a mindset, or is it sometimes I feel like it's a trick that puts it in our mind so we can not work with other people or not trust other people. So what do you say to people who have really made doing things by themselves their mantra? They're scared to open up and reach out, even in relationships or just partnering with other people. What would you say to that type of mindset?
Well, for me, I think at times that's necessary. It
Yeah.
definitely is. If you can't walk alone, then you end up becoming dependent on somebody else. Like even with my marriage and my wife, like I can't rely on her for my happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she can't rely on me for her happiness, and vice versa. I can't be responsible for her happiness. She can't be responsible for mine. But again, we're in unison and we're still together. But at the end of the day, what makes me happy is not what makes her happy.
Yeah.
And I can't take it personal if she's not happy because that's your responsibility. You got to find your happy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to mention just the whole solidarity and being solo and all that. Sometimes you got to go solo, bro. Sometimes because you got to make sure your circle is where it's supposed to be because the people that's closest to you will determine your level of success or other than. Meaning if you got a bunch of people in your circle that have negative energy and negative mindset, negative thoughts, negative speaking, and those
Right.
things around you, you're only going to be able to go so far. If you're the only bright light in that room, then you're not going to go far. So
Yeah.
that's when it will warn that you may have to go solo for a while until you can correct yourself and correct your energy. So here's what I say to that: you have to correct yourself first because the energy that you develop within yourself is what's going to pull to you.
Yeah.
So if
Good. Good,
yeah,
man. That's
absolutely.
good.
It's the law of attraction. If you are always finding yourself getting close to something and not finishing it or something not going right, you find yourself in negative situations all the time.
Yeah.
Don't look to no look in the mirror and be
Yeah.
accountable first. Understand that I keep attracting this bad man or I keep attracting this woman. There's something in you that's attracting people. We're nothing but magnets. Like I have no doubt in my mind that you and I have a like energy because you came to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
pulled you to me.
Yeah.
It's not an accident. It's not a coincidence.
Right, right.
So yes, I will explore the whole mentor thing with you for sure, because
Yeah, for sure.
it's obviously something there, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm not sitting, I'm looking at you, talking to you now. It's like, yo, I get it. I'm serving my purpose. So yes, whatever comes to me now, I have the spirit of discernment to look and see, like, yo, this is something that's for me or not. And when
Right.
you're living in your truth and your purpose, you can immediately see when somebody's not for you.
Yeah.
Immediately. When you're confused, confusion can enter. But
Whoa.
when you're clear, only thing can enter is clarity. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, in order to protect yourself, you got to know yourself, or you will wreck yourself.
Yeah, seeing this cash out, we're gonna give us cash out, Mr. Riley, mentor. First of all, what is your cash out? Because we need a soul into this man. He's giving great gems, and these are good quarantine gems that we need to keep in. Because I even believe, mentor, that daily we need to do some daily affirmations during this time. Because I believe if you can't readjust yourself, or take time to figure out who you are during this time, I mean, it's going to be impossible when things pick back up. I mean, this is going to be, what do you say to that? Because this is the time where things is causing us to get the team back close. It's causing us to look in the mirror. So what do you even say to that? And before I do that, what, if you don't mind, he didn't ask me to do this, but there's so much that he's getting ready to do and he's doing now. So is there any way, if people wanted to support by financially or whatever, how do they do that? Social media wise, how would they do that for you?
Karon just Riley on all platforms, basically Instagram, Karon J Riley on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter a lot.
Okay.
Facebook it was connected to my Instagram, but somehow I got to do the email thing, which I ain't reconnected.
Wow.
For me, bro, just be genuine in love, man. Like I don't. Again, I love the support, I love the love, and I love the people. But at the end of the day, man, that's not what Thrive pushes me, man. I do it for who needs it and who's necessary. Because again, every follower I get, everybody that's gonna come to me is gonna come to me based on what I'm giving out.
That's right.
So for me, um, if we vibe, if my energy connects with your energy, then follow me. If I can
Yeah.
inspire you, then follow me.
Right.
If I don't, then don't follow me. I'm not tripping either way. I don't. The follows ain't gonna make or break me.
Listen.
Uh, it's not.
Come on. I love it. Listen, okay, so let's get to the game. And then if you guys have any questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. But we got to play this game. Okay.
Let's
I'm,
do it.
of course, a singer. I grew up in the gospel industry. But of course, now acting, getting into acting, and now social media personality, all that stuff. I got my hands in. I'm trying to fulfill my purpose. All right.
No, you're
But we're
doing
going
it.
to
You're
do
doing it.
thank you, Mitchell. I appreciate that. So we're going to play a game, musical game. When
All
I
right.
say a word,
Mhm.
you're going to have to, now, if you don't feel like singing, you'll have to sing, but just at least talk the lyrics, or just give me the title of the song. Let's do that.
Okay,
If you
I'm
can't,
game.
just give me the title of the song. So I say a word, and
Mhm.
then I'm gonna count down. You only have 10 seconds.
Okay, I got you. I'm game.
So you guys keep up with how many rounds he actually makes, because with that mind get the turn, and I don't even know. And in the comments, listen, I like I said, I'm giving away some stuff. So if you can get to the name before he does, y'all go ahead and show him up a little bit. Let's see how good he is. Okay, first word. Lovely.
Isn't she lovely?
Okay. Okay.
Isn't she beautiful? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Next.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Shout out to Stevie Wonder. I think today or yesterday was his birthday, I believe. So
Absolutely.
that was a warm up. That was pretty easy. That was a warm up. Here we go.
You know I'm an R&B singer in my other life, right? So just know you ain't gonna get me.
Oh, okay. All right, let me go and turn it up right quick. Let me turn the notch up since he's bragging. The word is smile. 9, 8. Talk about he's loved
No,
it.
no, 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 no. It's a couple smile songs. I'm just trying to do. Uh,
Oh God, we're on 4.
hold on. Smile. I got it. You making me? You making me listen? Scarface. Smile. Sometimes you got to smile to keep the Tupac and Scarface song. Smile. Yeah, it's a song.
Okay. We'll
Yeah,
get to
that's it.
that.
That's a classic. That's a classic song. But that's why I got confused because the first one was an R&B song, but it slipped out. It slipped out my head. But then I went straight to the Pac Smile because I've been on my Pac lately with this whole everybody killing all my black people in the streets. I've been on my Pac. I've been on my Pac.
I see y'all. Listen, I think he tried blaming on me because I was talking too much. Okay,
hey man, you can't disturb the genius in mid thought, man. You don't know what you just cost the world. All right, next song. That's round 3. Let's go.
Okay, round 3. People saying smile for you. Okay, I see y'all. I see you in the
comments. Smile for me.
Yeah.
Won't you just smile?
Yeah.
For me. Come on, baby.
Right,
yeah, smile.
Right, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, all right.
The next word is single.
Oh man, I might lose some man clothes to this one, but all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. I don't know.
You just said I may lose some man points. All right, last one. It's a hard one. I did it, because I'm just appreciative that you're on my show. My mentor is here, but I gotta get them, y'all. I gotta get them. Here we go. The word is little.
Little.
I'm even gonna count slow.
No. 50 Cent, baby. All I need is a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Put a little, whatever that joke was. You know what it was. I want to go to
it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Y'all know what it is. Look, y'all clap your hands. He's made it through the round of Guess That Song. Come on, clap your hands for him. It was good. Good. So you actually did really, really good. So in closing, because I can talk to you all night. First of all, guys, if you have any questions for him, and we're going to let's talk about quickly before we do our closing, what is next for Mr. Riley? What do we have our hands in now? What is some things that you want us to be on the lookout for?
Vernon Davis and myself. Vernon Davis, who's the all-pro tight end, just retired. We did a movie in Denver right before the quarantine jumped off called Red Winter, produced by Errol Sadler, Marcus Smoot, Supremacy Films, Smoot Films, starring myself, Doris Morgado, Vernon Davis, Roberto Sanchez, Louis Strikes, Ashley Williams. It was a thriller. And this is like we're in the mountains and the snowboarding and snowmobiling and people trying to kill us.
Wow.
But out of that movie came the podcast that Vernon Davis and myself are going to do called Act 2. And it's basically a podcast with he and I basically being 2 1%ers who made it to the NFL, who now crossed over to the acting world, which is another 1% thing where if you can work as an actor, you're in the 1%. So for us, we partnered up with Michael Smith from ESPN over at Game One. He has his own company at Game One, and he's helping us produce this podcast. And we're going to interview all of the guys who have crossed over from one thing to the next and who've done it well. Some of our first guests we want to have on our wish list is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Michael Strahan and Ryan Coogler. Didn't know Ryan Coogler played college football, so now I got to get him on. Yeah, didn't even know that. Yeah, didn't know that until we started developing this project. So that's one of the things we're developing right now. I mentioned The Fellas earlier. It's a pilot that I shot myself with my partner Lim Collins for our production company, and that's coming out. And of course, Saints and Sinners is going to be coming back eventually. Not to be a spoiler or anything like that. Hopefully, I'm back. I get to come back alive. What else?
You doing your thing, man. You doing your thing.
Oh, I got a book. I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book called Man Laws with 13 and Jones, my publishing company. Andre Ori, she's the publisher. She's a young Black queen that's who really reached out to me. She wants me to help her. I'm basically the ambassador for her on 100 Seeds of Promise, which she wants more Black men to write their stories down in novel form somehow, some way. It's a bad portion of Black men who don't tell their stories. So if we keep not telling our stories will be lost. So her whole initiative about the 100 Seeds of Promise is all about getting more Black men to tell their stories. And she brought me in as one of the ambassadors to promote that and push that initiative. Get more Black men writing their stories and telling their stories, being more transparent and talking about it. That's just the main things that I got bubbling in the pot right now, and the rest of it is continue building this family and building my legacy here as well. So, you know, that's what it is.
Listen, this is not the last time you're gonna see Noland Pruitt and Karon Joseph Riley together, man. We get the sky is the limit.
But Nolan, we gotta fix you on the. It's Karon, not Karon.
Karon, what I say?
You sounded like these country bumpkin white folks trying to say my name, but it's all good. It's Karon.
No,
it's
girl
it's
I
just
went
like
to
the
school with, and it was
her name was Karon.
Karon.
Yeah, so you might need to revisit that one then, because she on your brain.
Well, she got how many kids? She probably got 3 or 4 kids now, bro.
Yeah, that's par for the course. She's 39. Yeah, 30. That's about when you start seeing who's who and what's what around now. You start to see a whole lot of people what it is.
Quit taking up for her. I'm sick of this. Listen, I am excited to have you. Before we go, I want to just give you a chance to speak to the upcoming actor, the upcoming whatever. Just give a moment, and then we have some. Hold on one second. I see you guys writing. You're writing a book. We have email addresses here. Okay, send to booking.